Yo, what's up, Chris? It's me, Joe.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, alright, so is it alright if we can start this interview?
What was that?
Can we start this interview right now?
I'm 23 years old currently right now. I am half Salvadorian and half, there's a little bit of German and Irish in there and all that. I grew up learning Spanish and English at the same time.
Nice.
And basically I grew up on movies ever since I was a kid, so
Really?
that explains my love for film. And, eventually I'm going to end up in the field someday. And, I just spent my whole life, living in a very imaginative world, if you will. I don't know, it's just the way I process things as a kid. I seem to process things completely different than most other kids. I wasn't really into sports growing up. I was more into, chess and movies and books and just fascinating things that included building anything that would build. I would build cities with Legos and Hot Wheel cars, and I'd film it, and I'd film in little scenarios and stuff, and this was all when I was 8, 9, 10, 11 years old.
Interesting,
so
man.
From a young age, I had the film perspective.
Wow. Yeah, same here. I was really into film as a kid. I really admired the works of Steven Spielberg, met Jeffrey Bruckheimer, many directors out there, Christopher Nolan, because, I actually, believe it or not, I'm a senior in high school, and I'm going to be applying to a college that offers film, and I want to major in it, believe it or not.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Alright, that's pretty, so now, is that all that you want to talk about for your summary?
Just for the, who I am?
Yeah, anything else you'd like to include?
Let's see. I think my main influences, growing up, that shaped me of who I was, because I started out wanting to do stand-up comedy.
Right.
And I'd always get encouragement from my family members, and at the family parties, I'd always be the one, taking all the attention in the room, and my brothers encouraged it. I think one of the main things that kind of induced my development was my brother Raphael and Eduardo. They both had a balance in me. My brother Raphael was more like that cutting edge kind of comedy, and my other brother Eduardo was more on the drier side, but still really funny. We would make each other laugh all the time, but it wasn't your normal just making a joke here. But I was surrounded with that since birth.
Right.
My mom, my dad, everybody. We're all comedians now, so I owe my sense of humor to my parents and my sister, my brothers. So that's actually a huge portion of who I am. It has to go back to childhood. It has to go back to family members.
Interesting. That's pretty cool. Alright, thanks for giving us a biography. Now, we're going to go into your magic field. Obviously, everyone knows you on YouTube as youtube.com/Orbitbrown. Now, what got you into magic in the first place?
I've always been into magic since I was a little kid. I've always had an eye for it. My brother had a really good friend named Antonio. Right now, he's a poker player in Vegas. He showed my brother a lot of really strong stuff, for laymen. You know what I mean? Stuff that laymen wouldn't have their hands on, but my brother did.
Right.
My brother was. He showed me these tricks, and then he let me think about them for a while. This is around age 7, 8, 9, and he'd show me these, and I was so fascinated. And then finally, he would teach me, and then I would go out and do them. And then there were one-ahead principles and little things like that, where people they didn't know what was going on. I felt I don't know. I felt I had the upper hand. So I guess as a kid, I did magic for the wrong reasons. but yeah, I always had an eye for it, but I was never really serious into it until I was 19 years old. I was at Rasputin picking up some DVDs. One of my friends had told me, hey, you gotta check out this David Blaine DVD. It's called Fearless. Check it out when you're out buying movies. I was alright, fine. That's cool. So I just kept my eye out for it, but I never really made it a priority. To go out and search for it, until I just found it. I stumbled upon it, and I said, whoa, that's that DVD that we're talking about. Okay, I'll buy it. So I bought it, brought it home, I watched it on my big screen TV, and the very, very, very first effect, he ripples through the pack, and he says, just catch one. Did I go too fast? Let me do it again.
Right.
And when he did that one, that blew me away. I remember, I think I was eating popcorn at the time. I remember being thrown back in my seat and kind of like not believing what I just saw. Like, it was on a different level than anything I've ever seen before. This wasn't like your typical trick, you know what I mean? So that's why I've never seen something like that before in my life. So at that point in my life, I was actually going through a lot of like things that kind of held me back in a way in retrospect. But after I saw that, for that time being, I felt like I was open to new possibilities. And I realized that that was my escape, and I wanted more of it. And then I realized that not only could I receive this escape, I could also give it. So I realized that this is something that I want to do. I want to get into this. So I got into it, and it just took off from there. And of course, my curiosity and my hunger for the art, it basically was in charge of the whole development process within my initial beginning of my magic interest.